Yeah, and she's like 5 months old now, and it's just... I'm so sorry about that. I didn't get much sleep last night. What was I saying? People, welcome back to my channel. I'm KopanoTheBlog, and this is how I do things, the show where you send me your questions and I'll let you know how I would do things. Now, use it, don't use it, completely up to you. There's absolutely no pressure, none whatsoever for you to use what I am saying. I am just telling you what I would do if I was in your shoes. If you think it's a good idea to use it. If you're watching just for entertainment, shut up. So in today's show, it is all for the mommies, especially the new mommies who are dealing with babies that are under 12 weeks old. You're just like, shoo, I'm waking up every 2 to 4 hours in the middle of the night to feed this person. Mwah, poop, pee, cry, change, cuddle, put back to sleep. And this can happen so many times in the middle of the night that it can drive you absolutely crazy. You'll be there just walking up and down on something. Please just go to sleep. Oh, please. What's gonna make you stop crying? I've been there. I've literally been there. Walking up and down the room thinking to yourself, praying and being like, sweet baby Jesus, please make this person stop crying. I'll do anything. I just want to sleep. Please. It is tiring. I know. At the beginning, it is so tiring and they wake up so often. But there's a few things that you can do to help your baby sleep a little longer and for you to cope a little better. And I'll get into those in just a bit. Now, if you want to send me any of your questions, head over to my Instagram at KopanoTheBlog and look for this picture right here. Click on the little pink box or reply and let me know what question or scenario you have about being a woman, being mama, being a wifey, being a boss, style, whatever it may be, and send them through to me. And if they're juicy and if they're nice, we'll definitely do a video about it. Now, this mama is saying her baby is 7 weeks old and she is ready for this person to sleep throughout the night. Let's get into those tips and tricks to make baby sleep a little longer. Now, I'll be honest with you, there's a whole lot of videos online about how you can make babies sleep throughout the night from super early on. Babies aren't the same. They're all very different. So I will just have a disclaimer out there that yes, babies are different. Some will sleep throughout the night before they even get to the 12-month mark, and others may not even get there until they're about a year old. Some babies still want their midnight feed. All babies are different, and every mother is different too. So you can do some things to let babies sleep a little longer, so that instead of waking up 4 to 6 times a night, you can wake up maybe once or just at 5 a.m. in the morning, which is what my baby has been doing quite recently. She is now 8 months and she now wakes up at about 5 a.m. in the morning for a feed and then sleeps until 7:30. She sleeps about 12 hours. So from 7:30, wakes up at 5 and then sleeps again. But even if you can get your baby to sleep throughout the night, I'm telling you now, there will be sleep regression. Some babies will still wake up in the middle of the night because maybe she's cranky, or maybe there might be constipation, or there may be something that wakes baby up. It doesn't really stay consistent all the time. You may have a norm, but then you'll get those nights or that week where baby is just teething or there's something happening and you have to get back onto that schedule of waking up a couple of times a night. They're little humans. They're growing up a lot. So expect to still wake up even after you've gotten them to sleep throughout the night. There will be those phases that they go through where they wake up. So, mama, your life has changed, and it's changed for the better. But there are things that you can do so that the norm of them sleeping regularly and sleeping longer can be better. So for all those new mamas with newborns, here are some steps, tips, and tricks that you can do to get baby to sleep a little longer in the night so that you can cope a little better. Step number 1. Now, I read this a lot on all of the baby apps. Baby Center, What to Expect, all of these things. And I was just like, these people are crazy. What do they mean? Nonsense. It works. The difference between night and day. You literally want to teach your baby the difference between night and day. And you can tell when there's a new mama who's been reading up all of her apps when they give you this tip. But I promise you, Teaching the baby the difference between night and day is life-changing. And that's usually the reason why they cry so much at the beginning. They will stay up during the night and then sleep during the day. You want to distinguish between the two. And not just when they're newborns, but for the rest of their young lives. How do you distinguish between night and day? You want to have it bright and loud during the day and dark and a little bit more silent during the night. This will then help them know that it's sleep time. So you too need to talk a little softer during the night, turn the lights down a little bit more, don't have your TV as loud as usual at night. Then during the day, turn it up, have a party, go wild, speak loudly, laugh, all of those things. Open the curtains. These rituals of the difference between night and day really does teach the baby when to have energy and when they should be sleeping. I promise you, even when they're a little bit older, so when they get to the later months, if you keep this up, then they will continue having good nighttime routines and behavior if you still keep the difference between night and day. Number 2, have a solid nighttime routine. Now, when people ask me when do I wash my little one, I always say nighttime. And I'm not changing it for anyone anytime soon. Do you know why? That is my baby's trigger for nighttime. Now, after bath time, I put my baby to sleep and she's gone for the next 12 hours, sleeping. She may wake up once or twice, but she knows, feed, sleep. It works so well. From the beginning, you want to try and get your little one into this routine. Now, when baby was small, we used to alternate between wipes and baths. So a bath, we dip her into water, and a wipe is just when we're wiping her with a cloth, right? So with those, it's still the same routine. We had the same nighttime routine of playing her the bath time playlist of music. We'd take out the same lotions, the same massage oils, have a certain scent during the night. All of those things, it's almost like a shutdown routine. She knows that once she's had a massage and that once the music has stopped playing and we dim the lights are gone until the morning time. Babies work on triggers and routine. So if you want your baby to get into a routine, you have to learn how to get into a routine. Babies learn and take cues from you. So when you have something as physical as a good bath time routine or a nighttime routine, they know the triggers for them to go to sleep. Seeing the lights go off, having it being more quiet, and knowing that the lights will only come back when it's playtime during the day really helps them to know this is sleep time. Number 3 is your full day schedule. You're probably just like, oh, but you just told me about nighttime. What do you mean full day? During the day sometimes, especially as baby gets older, we tend to wing it. We're just like, they're awake, sleeps when she sleeps, eats when she eats, plays when she plays. But if you keep a really good daytime routine, then it will help the baby to know how many times they sleep during the day and how long they should sleep during the night. Now, babies will still have 2 sleep times or nap times during the day and their feeding times. The time that you feed your baby and what you feed your baby throughout the day actually affects how she'll sleep during the night, or he sleeps through the night. So keep a good daytime schedule. Try and keep them awake for 2 to 3 hours and let them sleep for 1 to 2 hours. Repeat, and then nighttime routine. It doesn't have to be perfect, but the more you stick to it, the better the nighttime routine will be. We noticed that when she skips 1 or 2 of her daytime naps, she ends up not sleeping so well during the night. So we make sure and we try as hard as we possibly can to encourage the sleep that she needs during the day. Babies change, and not all babies need 2 or 3 naps during the day. Baby might need only 1, or maybe going through sleep regression. But keeping it quiet, being by the cot, and trying to encourage sleep during the times when she's supposed to sleep during the day will really help during the night. So this really relies on the parent to try and keep a good schedule of when they eat and when they play, having enough water. All of those things contribute to the nighttime behavior as well. Because it may be that she's dehydrated, it may be that she's got constipation or a runny tummy, or that she's still got so much energy to burn because she didn't burn it during the day. That daytime playtime is so important. Babies get more and more and more energy as they grow up. So you want to encourage play during the day, during her schedule, so that at night little baby is out because she's just tired. Step number 4, feed the baby. I learned this when baby was 6 weeks old, I think. We went for her check and I found out that the nurse was just like, yo, are you feeding the baby enough? And I was like, I think so. I mean, I give her the boob as often as I possibly can. And she's like, yo, feed her more. When it comes to breast milk, feed her as much as you possibly can. When she goes, mwah, stick it in her mouth. It's fine. So I was trying to be strict and have times and how long I fed her, but the nurse was just like, feed the baby. I promise you, when I started feeding the baby more, she started to wake up only once a night from 6 weeks. You can imagine how my life changed after that. The nighttime routine was solid and I fed her as much as she wanted. Now, when the baby's still small, they can feed for a long time. I kid you not, I was there for 40 minutes just letting her suckle. And sometimes it was because my milk was coming out very slowly and it took time for her to get full. So you want to learn how to entertain yourself while she's suckling. So play on your phone, read a book, get whatever it is that you need so that you're not impatient with your baby when they are feeding. Feed for as long as she needs to feed, especially when she's on the breast. I promise you, when I started doing this, once a night. She woke up once a night. The week before, she woke up 4 to 5 times a night. Oh, it was glorious. Until now, she's kind of the same. Maximum, she'll wake up 2 times a night. Maybe when she has sleep regression, she'll play for a little bit at the night. But that once a night, oh, and all it's been doing is it's gone from once a night at 12 to once a night at 2, and now it's once a night at 4, 5. Oh, sleep is nice, guys. Oh, sleep is nice. Step number 5 is something that gets a little harder the more energy they get, but it's the body massage, the baby massage. So get yourself a good body massage for babies and make sure that the scent is not too much. You want to try and stay away from scented products anyway because they can irritate the baby. So get yourself a baby oil that you can use for massages. There are some lotions that you can rub in for a little while. The baby is learning to do things, crawling, rolling around. And when you give them a massage, it releases all of that tension that they've received throughout the day. Babies are pretty chilled people. But when you give that massage, it just releases and calms down. Learn to do it. Get yourself Baby Center. I love Baby Center. I still use it till now and it gives me so much information and it's always relevant. So even if you don't have any questions to ask, read through it. Because when they do eventually tell you about the baby massage, it is at the right time. That massage helps with the baby's energy, it helps the baby to calm down, and it helps him to go to sleep better after bath time. That's the trigger that she has when it's time to sleep. Oh, I wish somebody could massage me like that. But the baby massage really helps the baby to calm down so that by the time it's time to sleep, she's in the mood to sleep. Number 6 is to make sure that the baby is warm, but not too warm. Now we know we want to swaddle the baby and keep her warm and put many layers on her. Rather get something thicker than having 4 or 5 layers on the baby. You got the vest, then you got the thing under, then you got something on top. The baby needs to be warm. Would you sleep easily if you are not full and if you are not warm? So you want to make sure that the baby's warm. They'll be all over the cot all the time. So you can't really rely on blankets all the time. And at some point, they break free from the swaddle and they're not going to be there anymore. If you can swaddle for as long as possible, do it, because the more they sit still, the better they sleep. But once they're out of the swaddle, invest in nice, warm, thick clothing. I learned this the other day, but Click's Baby has got some of the nicest, warmest baby clothes. I got this one onesie that is like a gown that has been put into a baby onesie, and it is so warm. And when it gets cold, you want to make sure that the baby is nice and warm. Oh, it works so beautifully. I was so happy when I found these. Other places that I've seen that other moms have been shopping, your Ackermans has got such good, nice, warm baby clothes. And obviously, your fluffy onesies from Woolies as well. These work so well, and your baby will be so happy to crawl around all over the place. You don't have to worry about putting too many blankets on them. Remember, you also want to stay away from suffocating the baby. So getting them nice and warm in whatever it is that they're wearing, they can move around and be warm the whole night and sleep much better. Step number 7 is for you, mama. I heard a lot of people telling me this. Sleep when the baby sleeps. And I was like, aha. They weren't lying. When you get good sleep during the day, so 1 or 2 of the baby's sleeps, sleep with her, sleep with him. You will then be calmer, be more patient, and you'll be ready to wake up the number of times that you need to wake up at night. If you do not sleep, you become irritable, you become grumpy, and that rubs off on the baby. You don't want that. You don't want to be trying to force your baby to go back to sleep. You want to be as patient as possible. The calmer you are, the calmer the baby will be as well. So get some sleep during the day. Schedule at least one 1-hour nap during the day. It's not a lie, I promise you. We're not used to sleeping during the day. But if you take your nap, you become superwoman, I promise you. Sleep when the baby sleeps. You will not regret it. And finally, point number 8. Find yourself a baby mama community. Other ladies who talk about their babies as well. Now, when you're a first-time mom with a new baby, you can think to yourself that you're going crazy. That my baby is waking up 5 times a day and I'm the only one who's feeling like this. And usually it's not. The one thing you want to stay away from is only having one other mom to speak to. Because what that does is that in your mind, you want to compare your baby to her baby. And that's really dangerous. You want to have a good community of moms where there is almost like an average, and also moms that can relate to the different problems that you are going through. So get onto chat forums with other moms. It really does help you feel sane and be like, oh, I'm not crazy. I'm not the only one going through this. Get up. Really, as a mom, we judge ourselves so hard. It gets so difficult and the babies drive us insane. Baby won't want to sleep. You'll be forcing the baby to be on a timeline that the baby doesn't want to be on. And you're just like, why, human, why? I thought you loved me. But honestly, having other moms to chat to really makes you feel much better. They'll put you onto things that you may have not known about. They'll alert you on things that maybe they might be coming along the way. Having a chat forum is one of the best things that you can do for yourself. Seeing and experiencing what other moms are experiencing makes you feel sane. Being a mom makes you feel crazy. It makes you feel like you are living in a mad world that only you are going through. But you're not alone. There are so many other moms going through what you're going through, and seeing them go through it too makes you feel so much better. All right, mama, I know it's not that easy, especially when you're not getting your sleep in. But having that community of moms and doing a few of these things will get baby to sleep a little better. Remember, this is not a competition to see whose baby gets to sleep through the night. And even if baby does start sleeping right through the night, expect those bursts of sleep regression, or that time when they've got teething problems, or maybe that time when the tummy's upset. It's an up and down process, but you want to try and keep as healthy and as sane as you possibly can be. So yes, expect those crazy times, but also expect the good times. Being a mom is the most rewarding thing that you can ever do. Some of these steps will literally get your baby to sleep through the night. And as you can see, you're in full control of these things. So work on it. It does get better. I hope that you enjoyed this video. For all of the mamas, please let me know down in the comment box below how many weeks or how many months is your little one. Like I said, my little one right now in the filming of this video, she's about to be 8 months in 3 days. Oh, she's my little baby. And she's growing. Right now, we're experiencing a little bit of nighttime parties. She wakes up and she wants to party. Goof, 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 goof. Literally. And that's been happening for 2 days. But when she goes back to normal, she'll be sleeping at 7:30 and waking up at 5 for a feed and sleeping until 7:30 in the morning. Is glorious. And all of these steps have helped me to get this 12-hour sleeping baby. So if this works out for you, let me know, and if you're going to be trying them. But until next time, beautiful people, I'm KopanoTheBlog, and this is how I do things.